I really do love working in collaboration. I think at least for me, I just find a lot of cool meaning in that. So like Mizodo started as me going to take a trip to Italy, and I came back and I started writing. I just had like a burst of creativity.
I was really hungover with the All right, hey, y'all. Welcome to Everybody Gets 15 Minutes here at Waterloo Records in Austin, Texas. A quick conversation with some of our favorite acts we have the privilege of hosting live in-store right here on our own stage. I'm Gus Ochoa, and this is Matt Graham.
Yo.
AKA Mizodo.
Yeah.
Now, I did say that right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not or Mizodo, because a lot of people.
A lot of people say that?
Well, not a lot, but like a few people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you can say that if you want, but it's Mizodo.
Well, welcome to Waterloo Records.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Absolutely. The new shop you've been in before. We talked a little bit.
Yeah, a couple times.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's like whenever they had like the closing, you know, I went in there and I was like, oh man, I hadn't been in here in so long.
Yeah.
Like I just wonder what it's going to be like with, you know, setup, but it's awesome.
I know. I think as a staff, we were all very like, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
But it's landed well on its feet.
Yeah. I love all this too. Like there's like a few of these like the wall.
Oh yeah, that's Kyle Bunting. That's his name. Yeah. We get a lot of comments about that. I think it's really cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah. I always like to ask people just from the top, like, what do you think, kind of thing. And maybe in like year 2, I'll stop doing that. But it's still brand new to us. So
yeah.
All right. So let's talk about you, Mizodo.
Yeah. I
just learned you're here today. You're doing an in-store with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea it was a brother act. I didn't know that. I thought it was just you. So first off, Mizodo, the name of the project, where does that come from?
Well, I feel like only a few people kind of know like what it actually is. So I'll just leave it up.
Is it
like,
secret? Okay.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it has like a few different meanings. I mean, it's a totally made up word. Yeah. I mean, unless it's like a language somewhere that I don't know.
I mean, I Googled it for a while and was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah. Where does this come from?
Well, it does stick out, but you could, you know, like I think an easy way to sort of remember it is like solfege, like Mizodo. Okay. Except it's a Z.
Okay. Yeah. So Mizodo is a secret to be unlocked later, everybody. Where are you from?
Well, I've been in Austin for 20 plus years, but I'm originally from Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How did you end up here?
I moved down here with my parents. I was the last one to graduate high school, and my dad wanted to retire and play golf, you know, all day. So they moved to Lago Vista. I just followed him up here, and all my other siblings lived in California at the time, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna be in California. But then I just stayed here because I love it here. Yeah, it's great. So
yeah, well, I was born and raised here. I love it here too, but I also love California. So
yeah, it's pretty great. And there's Southern California.
Oh,
so
really?
Like,
okay, all right.
I'm like, can I come and visit?
Yeah,
because it's too hot in Austin right now.
Yeah, so. We were just talking about that beforehand too, how I love to wear my denim jacket, and I'm very sad I can't do that today. Yeah. So let's talk about some of the music. Kyotokyo. Did I say that right? Kyotokyo.
I know all these like names. I'm sorry. Like Mizodo,
no, I think it's cool.
You know?
No, I think it's really cool. It's a new single. It came out April 10th.
Yes.
Streaming everywhere. Everybody, go check it out. What's the story behind that one?
That one,
or is it secret? Can you talk about?
No,
it? Okay.
I mean, it's open to interpretation.
Right.
Too. That was actually. So I've been releasing songs for a couple years now.
Okay.
So I'm relatively new to just releasing stuff. But Kyotokyo was one of the ones that I did. I started writing like, I think in like 2020 or maybe even 2019, I like kind of started it, and I kind of just put it away, and then I just started writing other stuff. And then Kyle, who is my co-producer and mixer and guitarist, and you know, he's playing with me as well. He'll probably be here later, but he was like, man, we should like revisit this song. And I was like, okay, maybe, yeah, like it's a good song. I think we should revisit it. But so yeah, I mean, it was probably like, I think last year we started to kind of dive into it again and see where it was, but it went through like 3 different iterations, and then we finally got it to where it is now. So, but yeah, it's just about wanting to, you know, go to Japan. Yeah. And I've never been.
Really? Have you never?
Never been.
Oh my gosh, I've been to Japan.
Have you?
Yeah.
Tokyo?
Yeah.
And Kyoto?
Okay, so I didn't make it to Kyoto, and my friend Nathan, if he's listening, is going to laugh about that because I was really hungover the day we went to I'm not joking. This was it was a while ago. It was a while ago, but yes, I missed the oldest wooden structure in the world. I'm really sorry I missed Kyoto, but Japan was fantastic. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. You should definitely go.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the song is about wanting to go and like, I want to go basically before I die. So it's like when I do go, I'm like, I guess I'll still sing the song.
It'll have a different meaning maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, at that point.
Maybe I'll change like a couple lyrics.
So you're fairly new to releasing things in that way. I've spoken with Ramesh from Voxtrot. We were talking about how they release things, how it's just sort of like, a single here, or an EP there, or that kind of thing. Is that sort of like a track that you're interested in versus compiling an album? Which is not out of the realm of possibility, but the way that you make music, does it lend it better to release it in that way?
That's a great question. I think like this year I was like, maybe I should put out an EP or like just an album. To me just seems like maybe I'm not there yet. But I really do love releasing singles. I feel like in this day and age, it's like so easy to just like release music. And like the more you release it, I feel like people are just listening constantly to like, oh, there's a new song coming out. But what I really love about releasing singles is that I can do a specific artwork for each one.
Nice.
And my wife actually does the artwork, and she is an amazing like collager.
Oh, I love that.
Collages and stuff. But I love getting to like work with her on stuff, and she always crushes it. And like each single just has its own sort of picture to go along with it. So it's more like kind of cinematic.
Yeah.
So I love sort of putting those two together where it's art visually and then the music. So whenever you're thinking about the song, you think about the artwork. It's supposed to kind of take you somewhere.
I love that. You're not the first person to tell me that. Like John Wesley Coleman, it's just like you're just an artist. So it's like marrying those two things. It's like another way of expressing yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the cool angle with yours is that like your wife does it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So is that what she contributes? Does it start, I guess, with her, or does it start with you?
It starts with me, but
okay.
If I'm, I feel like maybe this is with a lot of spouses, but they, bring in, their partner and they're like, hey, listen to this demo real quick and see what you think. And she has
that totally happens.
Yeah.
If my girlfriend partner's listening. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, hey, you want to come listen to this? And she's like, okay, I'll do it. And then she usually loves it. But there are times where she is like, I don't know. I think you could try to do something else. I'm like, great, back to the drawing board, because she has a great taste in music, and so I trust her. So she's very supportive.
Yeah, and I felt that's a great sort of validation for me personally. Actually, I write songs as well. When when somebody has a very specific opinion about something, one way or the other, it could be this is great or this is not, whatever. Like. Yeah. It instantly makes me go, oh, interesting. I never saw it from that point of view.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think too, just like I've learned that, keeping an open mind, and even just within collaboration with Kyle, my co-producer, I owe a lot to him for all the music that we've released, because he's definitely been like, an advocate for pushing to release stuff, to work on stuff. And we worked together even before Mizodo, but just to have someone that is a little bit outside the box to like speak into it. But I don't know. I really do love working in collaboration. I think at least for me, I just find a lot of cool meaning in that. So
yeah. And you're here today with your brother, obviously.
Yeah.
What your brother's, is it Scott? Is
Scott,
it right? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I want to make sure I mention
Scotty
him.
G.
So that Scotty G's not left out of the conversation here. I want to talk also about Matches in the Coffin.
Yeah.
Again, folks, all these are streaming wherever you listen to your music. It was described, I feel like it was like Depeche Mode vibe. I got a Fleetwood Mac vibe almost.
Yeah.
Like The Weeknd was kind of thrown in there too.
Yep.
Tell me about that one a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's and even like the art cover too is just like this very gothic looking.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like Edgar Allan Poe or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, what's happening? And
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a departure sort of from, I feel like Mizodo started, this is a quick story, but like Mizodo started as me going to take a trip to Italy, and I came back and I started writing. I just had like a burst of creativity. I bought a Jazz Master, and that's became like the sort of iconic sound of the guitars in, Mizodo. But I started writing these like bright, just kind of fun, poppy, whatever songs. And I feel like just the last couple of years have been really tough. Like a lot of crazy stuff has happened in my life. So it just kind of came out that it was a little bit of like a darker, like edgier song, but with some sort of like 80s, Depeche Mode, like Tears for Fears kind of gang vocal elements in there. It's a little bit of a departure, but I'm like totally embracing that right now, like a tiny bit of like sort of angsty, like minory chords and stuff like that. And so that song came very quickly to me. Kind of wrote it and finished it within a week, and we tracked it and it was like ready to go. So it was just one of those ones, unlike Kyotokyo, where it took me 4 years to finish.
Well, you called it a departure, and I went back and listened to In Another Day. That one I guess had the most, it looked like spins as far as that goes, and it's a great song. It reminds me a little bit of Tame Impala, that kind of thing. Talk about the departure between that and I guess to where we are with Matches in a Coffin.
Like I said, I mean, it's got more of just a minor, like just kind of a darker feel. I think the lyrics too, they are in Another Day is more like traveling, wanting to get out, be spontaneous.
Yeah, definitely got that sort of like open air kind of vibe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And Matches is more like lyrically is a little bit more secluded. I mean, just the visual of like lighting matches in a coffin is like sort of burning like your old self kind of in a way. And like, the lyrics are, don't let the sun go down on the side of the mistake. So it's definitely like more of a think piece, I would say, as opposed to In Another Day, which is kind of just a fun, like, hey, let's get out and like travel somewhere. So it's still sort of, it's in the same lane as Mizodo, but it's, to me, I guess, as the writer, it feels like a departure, but it's not that much, I guess, different, like musically, but.
Yeah, I mean, in the Matches in the Coffin imagery, like it invokes this feeling of being buried alive, like a light in the dark kind of thing. But anyway, not gonna go too far down the rabbit hole.
I mean, that's why I love writing music, is just like, it's open to interpretation, and anyone can kind of pull whatever they want to like make it be about and make it be relatable to them.
Yeah. As far as like developing like a sound or a style, I guess, were you always drawn to making electronic sort of stuff, or did you like play any instruments growing up kind of thing? Have you like always been drawn to that?
I have. Well, not always, actually. I have a lot more recently, within the past decade or something like that. But I did grow up in a musical family. We had a piano in the house. I'd play that. And, my brother plays, my uncles play guitar. My mom is like, she used to direct plays, like musicals and stuff. And so my music taste was very eclectic, because everyone in my family was listening to different things. Like my sister was listening to 90s country, and then my oldest brother was listening to Pearl Jam and Nirvana and stuff, and just grunge rock, and then so Scott and I would always try to figure out like, well, what do we want to listen to? Let's steal some CDs from Todd, our older brother.
And y'all are the closer in age, you and Scott.
Yeah. I'm the youngest, and then Scott, and then the rest.
Got you. Oh yeah, stealing stuff from your older brother, that's definitely a thing. I'm the older brother, and there were things that were there were things I didn't even know that I influenced until later, when my sisters would say, hey.
Is there did you ever have any like CDs that were missing that you're like, what is that?
No, not so much, but it was one of those things where it was more like I didn't know they were paying attention, and then later on down the line it's like, oh, the Cranberries, oh, this U2 thing, or oh, the Smiths, or Morrissey, or whatever, like down the line, and then I found out later. I was like, whoa, crazy. I had no idea. So yeah, having a musical family, that's I feel like that's so beneficial in the way, if you're wanting to grow in that way.
100%. Yeah. But I did start off on guitar, on electric, or on acoustic, and then I moved to bass. And I did play bass professionally for over 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think, and I did write songs when I was in high school. I started writing songs, but I was really limited to acoustic. I had like a little crappy Casio piano, which is like, people love. They'll buy it now, but back then I was just like, eh. So that's kind of how I wrote. And I sort of stopped kind of writing for myself until I moved to Austin. And then I started to dive into like the production world and trying things, like recording things. And I'm just like, my brain is like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have so many like sounds at my disposal. I can record it. And then it just kind of grew from there. And then I started to get a little bit more into like, synth music, and Roosevelt is a band that I really love. I was like, man, I would love to like do something like that. And I love starting a song just writing with synth or just like a drum loop instead of like acoustic or piano, because I was like, I've done that before. I started doing that. And when I switched that, I started writing like faster, brighter songs instead of like really slow, melancholy songs, which, you know, are great, but I wanted to do something different. And so that's kind of like where the synth stuff kind of came in. And I was like, oh, I love these. Like, I'm just going to try these synths and see what happens.
Yeah. I read that. I mean, you mentioned producing as well. So, and you've been doing that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Out of your studio. It's called the Audio Village. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get that in there too.
Yeah. It's Kyle's basically the studio. And so, yeah, we do most of the work and stuff out there. So
you mentioned a little bit about how bits of inspiration would come from different places versus like the acoustic and, you know, that sort of thing, maybe starting with a drum loop instead. You know, I hear different folks saying things about like what it means to be a producer. Right. And I'm always like, what does that mean? Like, so can you tell me a little bit like from that perspective, how would you define producing?
I don't know.
Is it like you're in charge? Is it like, I think about the artist and I think about songwriting and, you know, you bring the song to the table and all of these things, but like production to me seems like, I don't know, like more of an overarching kind of like.
Yeah. Like the director of a film.
Okay.
The one that's kind of calling the shots, helping the musicians play the right thing or pull the best out of them, sort of just kind of helping glue the musical essence together whilst, you know, kind of managing the the band as well. Like, I've sort of, you know, found when I'm producing something that that's what I'm doing a lot of management, and you kind of have to be good with people and you have to have like good rapport with people and have them trust you to call them out for something or to help them, you know, I don't know, give them some criticism, you know. But I've found, it's a lot of like, this person needs to trust me because, you know, the work is in my hands a little bit, but
versus the Phil Spector method of like pulling a gun on somebody. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Not a good idea. Yeah. Not a great idea.
I forgot about that. Oh man. Wow. Good old Phil.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, so we mentioned, as far as influences go, just listening to your stuff, we mentioned Depeche Mode a little bit, Fleetwood Mac. I saw mentioned somewhere about Peter Gabriel, which I thought was interesting because we were playing his fourth album, because apparently the first four are all self-titled. We were playing like his fourth album in here, the one from '82 with Shock the Monkey and Lay Your Hands on Me. And what I hear of your sound too, I hear a little bit of Bonobo. I hear a little bit of like Tame Impala maybe. And I mentioned that earlier, maybe Washed Out even.
Yeah.
Who are some more artists that sort of inspire you? And you know, I've talked with other folks about this, and they, you know, there's all kinds of things from various corners that maybe on the face of it don't look like, oh, that would make any sense. So yeah, who are some people that like people might be surprised listening to your music? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, let me just pull out my phone.
You could do that. It's totally cool.
No. Well, I'll answer this. I think the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson was a huge influence. There's a lot of harmonies and stuff in Mizodo songs. And that's definitely like super tied to, you know, Brian Wilson's brain and just tapping into, you know, what would he do on this, you know? Huge Beach Boys fan, Beatles, obviously, as well.
Yeah. I mean, those are two big ones for sure.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is like, I heard the other day, like if you don't like the Beatles, there's like, I mean, this is a controversial thing, I guess, but if you don't like the Beatles...
I mean, I just talked about Phil Spector pulling a gun, so yeah, go for it.
Well, I was just like, it was a video I saw that was like, if you don't like the Beatles, you cannot be trusted. And I was like, he's got a point to that, but it's fine. Not everyone needs to like him, but, you know.
Right. There's a lot of Rolling Stones people out there going, what?
Exactly.
Right now, like...
Yeah.
Crazy. Austin has a really rich history of like dance clubs and things like that, like from Acropolis and Curfew to Oil Cans to like Rain to even Sahara Lounge has like, you know, Ladies Night or Barbarella's, that kind of thing. Where do you see your music, I guess, sort of fitting into that sort of, or do you like going to a club, hearing it kind of thing? Or where do you feel like you fit in kind of in that?
The last year I've been getting into the sync world.
Okay.
And I felt like my music would go really well in a cinematic theme.
Oh, nice.
And what's funny enough is that I was kind of like in the market for, you know, sync licensing, and MusicBed reached out to me and they essentially assigned me like just recently.
Oh, fantastic.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a huge goal. I mean, it was just like, oh yeah, it was that happened. And
yeah, I've always been fascinated with like sync licensing. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I feel like Mizodo kind of fits. I mean, that's one place where I feel like it fits, but it does have like a dancey kind of like. There's some songs that are very dancey, and it totally could fit like as like.
I mean, sometimes I feel like I could hear one of them like in a club in Ibiza or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I hear about like or think about a dance club, I'm thinking like the BPMs are like way up there,
sure,
like 150 or whatever.
Sure.
I think my fastest song is like 120 something or whatever. Which is still the heart rate beat.
Maybe I'm just like, maybe there's more chill dance clubs in my mind or something. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like that would be a dance club I'd want to go to.
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, look, lastly, as like you make your way around, give us some records or some things you're listening to lately that you're really excited about, or people locally maybe that you want to give a shout out to, or, just stuff that's really doing it for you right now.
Yeah, for sure. I've been in here a couple times and I've picked out a couple vinyls. And then I've had a couple people come in here to buy vinyls for me because I just had my birthday a couple months ago. And so I'll talk about those because I'm like, oh, those are great albums. But my wife really wanted like a hip hop album. And I was like, you know what? We need to get the Pharcyde album.
Nice.
The Cabin something, whatever. I forgot the name of the album, but I was like, we have to get this because it's just so cool. It's so iconic. I picked up Arcade Fire, The Suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just one of my favorite records.
Absolutely. That's a good one. I like Reflector myself. I think that's a really cool record. But Suburbs is massive.
Yeah. Well, even that too, I grew up in Louisiana, but I also grew up in Kingwood in the suburbs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it is a little nostalgic for me. And so, and someone gifted me Jeff Buckley's Grace.
Unbelievable record.
One of my favorites. I mean, literally top 5, probably, I'd say. Top 10, top 5.
Unbelievable record.
Yeah, so good.
Powerful, angelic voice, like just crazy.
Gosh.
Yeah. Just so beautiful.
Yeah. It is weird. It's like when we talk about Jeff Buckley, we just kind of just like, because it's such a sad story.
I know.
Did you see the document?
I didn't yet.
Movie?
I didn't yet, and I really want to.
See it. Yeah.
No, I know. It's crazy. Well, you being from Louisiana too, that's where all that went down.
Yeah, it was like I think
that's where he passed away, right?
Yeah, it was like in the Mississippi.
Yeah, New Orleans, I thought. Or something. I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, what a tragic story. But anyway, great album. I wish I could have heard what he did with the album after that, but because I feel like it wasn't fully finished. But I feel like a modern album that I'm into right now is the new Neighborhoods album. It's super good. I heard it like for the first time, I think like last week.
Yeah,
it's brand new, but I hadn't really heard them a lot, but I kind of just had it on like in the car, kind of driving around, and just every song I was like, man, that's a great song. And the next song, and they're all so eclectic. Like none of them sound the same. There's like one song that has like a Pixies or Nirvana, like kind of 90s grunge, and then there's the next song you click over to is like this early 2000s like weird drum loop or whatever, and then you have like another song, I think Holy Ghost. That song is like gut-wrenching. It's beautiful. I've been loving that album.
I love artists that are all over the place. You can't put them down.
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's so fantastic. Well, the latest single is called Kyotokyo. I said it right this time.
You did.
It's out as of April 10th. And of course, the new single Matches in the Coffin is out everywhere you stream your music. You can follow him on Instagram at Mizodo or at the Audio Village to check out all the projects on which he's currently working. To check out the studio itself, you can find more info at theaudiovillage.com. For all things Mizodo, please visit mizodomusic.com. Matt Graham, Mizodo, thank you so much for your time.
Dude, thanks. It was
really appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. And thank y'all out there for listening. You can follow us on Instagram at Waterloo Records, at Waterloo.sound for our Dolby Atmos studio, at Waterloo_Wheels to follow the ongoing adventures of our Waterloo van, at Unofficial Dogs of Waterloo to see all the canine pals that come in and shop with us. And as always, at EG15M to keep up with all of our interviews. I'd like to thank Cory Reinisch, our marketing manager, Allie Lingren, our in-house engineer, Mads Lupold, for putting these together, Audio-Technica for the headphones and the mics, and of course, to the hardest working record store staff on the planet, without which none of this is possible. I'm Gus Ochoa. See y'all next time. And until then, support the artists you love, support your local record store. And next time you're in Austin, stop in and say, hey, we'd love to see you. Adios, y'all.